Good evening. Welcome to They Think It's All Over, your football podcast that doesn't take itself too seriously. And as you can see, we've got a full house again this week. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
All good.
Good, mate, yeah.
Enjoyed the cans last week, did you, Liam?
Yeah. Class.
It's good to have you back. And Andy, always good to have you back, my friend.
Good to be back.
Good. Right, Crippy hasn't gone as mental on the run sheet this week.
Kept it calm. There's plenty to talk about there.
So there's still plenty to go on, yeah.
There's a few things. Yeah.
We'll kick off with the biggest transfer story of the window thus far, which is Jude Bellingham has signed for Real Madrid for a fee that could rise to £115 million. That almost made me sick. Is he worth it, Liam? Being very prepared this evening. Multitasking.
Maybe not whatever yet, but that'll be there. He'll be there till what? How old is he? 19?
19, yeah.
So if he's there for another 10 years, until 29, not even in his prime, 10 million a year. You know what I mean? It's works itself out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on it, Andy?
Well, that's the way it's going now, isn't it? It's just the fees are just going to get more and more. So, like Liam says, 10 million a year. It's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Same as you, Crippy. Same for you.
Yeah. Let's say if Rice is worth 90, I'd say Bellingham's worth a lot more. You know, Bellingham's got way more years ahead of him, and he's got everything in his skill set. I think that's the difference now. A lot of clubs are going for these all-rounders in midfield, where Bellingham can kind of do everything. He's like a box-to-box player, but he's also technical, skillful, can chip in in the final third as well as also do his bits tracking back. So I can see why he's worth that much. He's literally one of the best young players in the world, isn't he? It's weird that he's English and he's come from Stourbridge and he was at Birmingham, but he is legit one of the best youngsters in the world. So yeah, fair price based on today's market.
And you already hinted at what I was just going to get onto. Fees 115 million, and today West Ham have just rejected a 90 million bid for Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Where does he factor in? What's his price?
Do you think Rice is happy about that? I think he's livid, isn't he? He's probably thinking, come on, 90's enough.
It's like you told us I could go. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pretty bold.
Crackers. Absolutely crackers. But not the most crackers thing that's happened. Brendan Rodgers has gone back to Celtic after me and you said last week, never happened. No, never happened.
I'm stunned. Honestly stunned.
See, me and Andy have a week off, and look what happens. He's just chat wet, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, but we do that every week.
Absolutely.
Make shit up as we go along. I mean, Liam, me and you were on together when we had Paddy on last, and he was talking about Celtic, and as he does, he really went in on Rodgers on that podcast. So
yeah, it was more for the fact that they left mid-season, didn't it?
Yeah.
It just leaves a sour taste in your mouth. But I mean, they probably all forgot about it now a little bit. I mean, now he's there. It's like it was with Benitez. None of us wanted him, but once he was officially announced, it's like, right, got to get behind him now.
Yeah.
It was just, for me, it was just weird, like how much Paddy went in on him and how much he said the fans hated him and they'd never have him back. And the next thing you know, he's linked. And it's like, oh shit, there's going to be riots. And then I spoke to Paddy on the day that it was announced, and he said, everyone's all right with it. Fucking right, or?
In fairness to Rodgers, he did do a good job there. So the reason why they're angry is more so the betrayal and the disrespect. It wasn't that he failed there, you know. But Celtic fans are very passionate. You know, they're very passionate fans, and they take it seriously, their club. They don't like anyone disrespecting the badge. So it was brave for Rodgers to think he'd go back there and do a job. But I guess if you think about it, he is a very good manager for Celtic, isn't he? If you're going to lose Postecoglou, Rodgers is a bloody good manager to bring in. So I get from the board's point of view, they think, well, if we can just get the fans on side with this, we can then still win titles here and be a good club again. So I get it, but my God, I really am surprised they did it.
Madness. Any thoughts on it, Andy?
Took the easy way out, didn't he, going back there? They could have come to our shit show and had a right laugh.
That's what I was going to say. He was quite heavily linked with Leeds, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, it's one of them jobs not a lot of people want, do they really? You go to Celtic, you're 50-50 to win something, aren't you? So,
yeah.
True.
No-brainer.
Sorry, I've just got fucking Jeff Goldblum on my wall. That is the biggest fly I have ever seen. Just stay there. What was I going to say there? The Leeds, indeed. Manager situation.
We have to.
Yeah.
Hey, it's hot enough.
Yeah.
Who was it linked to the
Paddy V?
Everyone.
Patrick Vieira, yeah. Thoughts?
All I've seen all day is that video of him kicking that fan when he's walking across the pitch. Paul saying, it'll fit right in here.
Wouldn't he just?
Was it Goodison that as well?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was right. Yeah, he was walking off the pitch one day, and someone giving him some shit, so we give him a quick volley.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I think, as we said in the group chat the other day, I think Farker or Parker, the Ryman twins, are probably the best bet for us at the minute because they've got promotions under the belt and they know the league. But yeah,
Scott
it's just one of those things.
The 15s now, just so you know.
Has it?
Yeah, Farker's evens or twos, and then there's Patrick Vieira at fours. So
yeah.
Coin toss
you have
between Parker and Farker, or have you got a clear favourite?
I don't know because they both got to that sort of height, didn't they? Then they went abroad to try. Well, they got the respective clubs relegated or they got sacked, and then they both went abroad, didn't they? Farker went to was it Gladbach or something? He went to. I can't remember where he went to.
I remember.
And Parker went to was it Club Bruges or something like that? Was it Club Bruges?
That rings a bell, yeah.
He got fired, didn't he, from there?
Yeah, they both got sacked from there, and I think they're both sort of in that bracket of trying to get the career back on track. So, I don't know. So we've been took over now, so apparently we've got a decent bit of money to spend, and it looks like a few players are going to be leaving as well, which we knew anyway. So I think the last thing I heard or what I read on Twitter was that whoever comes in is going to have about 115 million to spend. So that's a decent kitty for the Championship.
More than Newcastle, that apparently.
Yeah.
So also it depends who we keep and
as well or not.
Apparently before.
Wow.
So also I don't know whether there's any truth in it. They're just rumours. It's just silly season now, isn't it? There's just rumours everywhere. So, but yeah, I think Farker's probably the best one for me. I think if I had to toss up between them two, I'd choose Farker.
I think he's got more chance of hanging about in the Premier League than Parker.
Whoever it is, well, from what I read on Twitter, they said that apparently Farker will be announced in 24 hours, but it's only a 1-year contract. So I think that's what it'll be. It'll just be to try and get us back up, and then it'll be go for someone, do you know what I mean, who can keep us up. Well, the thing is,
the Everton board was supposed to make an announcement 48 hours. It's been 8 days. So.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Carry on.
You thought you were finally getting shot.
I think whoever comes in and if there was to take us up, I always think they deserve a shot in the Premiership. Whether they give them 3 months or whatever, I think if you've got some team promoted, you shouldn't just be sacked. I mean, look at O'Neill, kept him up, and then they've just booted him out. That's crazy.
That was going to be the next point. That was absolute madness. And then replaced him 2 hours later or something like that.
So they had that lined up, didn't they?
Yeah, it must have already been lined up. He must have been sat in the foyer waiting.
So unless he's like Gary Neal was operating under the impression that was going to happen anyway, that's a fucking dirty move by Bournemouth.
I agree.
Yeah.
Similar to with Pellegrini at Man City, wasn't it? where they got Guardiola under his back, behind his back, and we're like, not going to be harsh, but you're going to have to go. And then, he politely.
I think it does go on quite a lot, though, doesn't it? They have these stuff lined up for anything happens. Same as transfers and stuff. I think it happens quite a lot.
Ruthless, aren't they?
Yeah,
I do like Farke though, Andy. I'd say Farke would be a very good appointment. 2 promotions at Norwich I just looked up. So it wouldn't be a bad bet at all.
I've watched a few. Obviously, I've followed a few people on YouTube, and they do these like tactical breakdown videos and stuff. And he seems like is probably one who plays the better football out of the ones I've been linked with. So
yeah.
And
if you've got money to spend,
a bit of attractive football at Leeds again.
We might actually win a game. Imagine that feeling, winning a game.
Well, that was the one plus with Villa going down, was that we'd win every other week at least. We're so, for a couple of years, just used to constantly losing, getting hammered by teams, and we actually got the winning feeling back, and now that's resonated, come back to the Premier League. You just need to get rid of that losing mentality out of the team, and then eventually it does turn for you. So I'm hoping you can have a good season, Andy.
Yeah, same, mate, same.
Darren Moore got Chef Wednesday promoted, and then
there's another one
by mutual consent.
Yeah.
What the fuck has happened there?
I reckon an argument over money, because Martin O'Neill did this at Villa, where he left us right at the start of the season. I think it's right after like one game, I think it was. And it usually means that they've had a discussion with the board over spending. He's not been promised what he wanted or what may have been agreed verbally before, and he goes, right, I'm gone then. That usually is what it is, isn't it? It's talks with the board, there's a breakdown in communication, then the manager just walks. Otherwise, why wouldn't he want to stay? He got them up there and then wants a chance to have a go at the Championship. But sad, because he did well there.
Yeah. I hate seeing managers leave when they've achieved something at a club, and then, however it happens, they end up leaving. It doesn't sit right.
At least you can say that he resigned. He left by mutual consent. No sacking on his CV for that job, so he can kind of say, I did a good job there and left. Nothing untoward about that. So that's one good thing, I guess.
If that's
he left before he was pushed. Yeah.
Better. Should we talk about England? I suppose we avoided it for the last 2 weeks, but we have played 2 games since our last podcast.
I've not seen any of them. I didn't watch them.
I stuck in with them.
I watched both of them. Actually, last night I turned off at about half an hour to go. But yeah, just such a boring team to watch. Like, I think I put a TikTok out about the first one. I was like, we were 3-0 up after half an hour, and I was still bored. It's funny. I mean,
we're class though.
What was that?
We're class though. 4 straight wins. We're good. It's just we're not fun to watch, but we're bloody good.
That's exactly what you've written there, isn't it? England is still a good team under Southgate, even if it's boring. I mean, we won 7-0 last night, and it was still shite. It's effective football, but it's not exciting football.
But is it how international football has to be? Because it's a bit slow, isn't it, in national football? A little bit slower than domestic, especially the Premier League. Premier League's crazy pace, and we're quite good at just grinding teams down, just gradually grinding teams down to our style. We don't concede many as well. Our defence has been pretty solid for quite a while.
Jordan Pickford in goal.
There it is.
Pickford got 27 clean sheets in 54 games for England. So I know Liam. I don't know if Liam saw that stat, but I thought of Liam straight away.
I mean, I'm not going to. That's not all on Pickford. Obviously, he's got 10 players in front of him. But last time Nick Pope was in goal, well.
Liam's got that image of Nick Pope getting scored against printed out. So Harry Kane banged a few more in. He's pulling away in the top scorer charts now, and he's now scored 50 as captain of England. Harry Kane deserves more respect as one of the best strikers of all time. And then next to that is brackets Crippy is on crack again. Which I believe refers to a text message that Crippy sent to the group the other day about Harry Kane being the GOAT. Liam, Crippy, fight.
Is that when Liam left?
Yeah,
Yeah, Liam left the chat.
he walked off in disgust.
Yeah.
Go on, Crippy. I'll let you.
Look, I know Kane isn't an exciting player in regard to his personality to talk about. He's very boring, media trained, and dull. And I think that's kind of why he doesn't get a lot of credit, because he just gets on with his job, doesn't really attract many headlines for anything. And he's weirdly loyal to Tottenham. So I think he gets, I don't know, he just doesn't, no one sees him as a superstar, even though he is one. I don't know what more he has to do. He scored 30 goals in the Premier League last season. We all, wank over Haaland. But yeah, but, like, he did it with an awful Tottenham squad, and he's scored more goals than Rooney has without winning titles, and he's going to beat Shearer's record. Again, a Tottenham team, yeah, Shearer did well at Newcastle, to be fair, because Newcastle obviously weren't winning either, and Shearer scored in goals. But I don't know, what more does Kane have to do to prove that he's one of the best there is? His record speaks for itself.
How did Messi have to make sure that he was the GOAT? He had to win something at international
But I didn't
level.
agree with that. I didn't agree with that.
Kane's not won anything. Kane's not won anything. He needs to win something. I mean, I still don't think he's better than Rooney. That's just criminal. Like, absolutely.
I'm with Crippy on this. I don't buy into that argument because it's a team sport, not an individual sport. So why does Harry Kane have to win something to become?
I just don't think he's that good. He's a good goal scorer, that's about it. But so was your
That's what
don't you dare. I like the yak, but don't you dare.
If Kane played for somebody else, like say City or whatever, where they win everything, would people's opinions change of him?
I think so.
I mean, you look at like Phillips. What's he played about 15 minutes and he's got a treble?
Yeah.
He scored last night and ran off and lifted the World Cup up.
Yeah. So is Phillips a better player than Kane then?
Well, if you're looking at trophies and stuff,
By Liam's logic, yeah.
I will say, at the end of your career, you would think, I wish I had won something. I'm sure of that. But I literally couldn't name 5 active strikers now that are better than Harry Kane in the world. I don't know. He's on par with Lewandowski. He's on par with Benzema. It's either or for me, in my opinion. It's either or. Kane scores goals. Consistently scores goals, stays fit.
One thing with Kane, you can't deny wherever he goes or wherever he plays, he scores goals, doesn't he? But
for sure, he's got such an obsession, like Haaland has, an obsession with scoring goals. All he wants to do. All he wants to do is score goals. And now Kane's obviously added being a bit more, can play a bit deeper, adding a bit more of a ball player to his game. Because I looked up, he's only got 3 assists left than Rooney has for England.
I don't like that from Kane though. I don't like it when he drops into midfield all the time. I just think you're a striker. Just stay in the box.
I would happily concede this argument if Harry Kane's penalty didn't land in my back garden. Unfortunately, it did. So, as far as I'm concerned, he had the biggest chance ever to become that hero, to become that GOAT, as you want to say, but no.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Definitely.
But I will counter that and say, I don't remember Rooney firing us to any semi-final or final of a tournament, and he had one of the best England teams ever. So the media say.
I mean, 18-year-old Wayne Rooney carried England to the semi-finals and then got injured and then got sent off.
But then what happened after that? And when it comes to England tournaments, Rooney was always criticised after tournaments. Never fit, never on it.
Media always are on him.
But Kane's won a Golden Boot, hasn't he, in the tournament? I think under Southgate, Kane's been just as consistent.
Who did we play? In Panama. I mean, John Stones got 2 goals in that game. He was on par for the Golden Boot as well.
Panama.
It was Panama, though.
I can't remember. I don't know. Oh, God. Gibraltar. That's a joke. I'm joking. But no, I love Kane. I think he's one of the best. I think he's better than Rooney.
I do love the divisions in the group. I mean, you're all wrong because we know that the greatest player of all time is Joelinton.
Well, I agree with that. We all agree with that.
Ash is frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. Yeah, but I know he's going to talk about the goal for Brazil. There he is. There we go. One goal
He
in
did this
Brazil.
for 95 games.
See, he's better than Pele, Ronaldo, or Neymar and Ronaldinho. There's no argument. But yes, I am going to talk about the goal. I did talk about the goal when I was frozen in place.
We'll take it away. No one heard it.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still happened though, didn't it?
I like Joelinton though. This is
it's
testament of how hard he's worked, isn't it, in Newcastle? Because someone was saying in the Newcastle sports group that I'm inexplicably a member of on Facebook that they were saying, I used to slag him off a couple of years ago. And I was like, well, he wasn't good. It was undeniable. He wasn't that good at the beginning, but he's worked hard on it and turned things around.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sure at one point I had
said
that I would happily have taken 10 million just to get him off the fucking books.
Yeah, because he wasn't delivering. All that money
when
spent.
he did this turnaround, I was like, if somebody came and offered us 80 now, I would tell him to turn it down because he's just fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever seen the side by side of when he signed for Newcastle and how he looks now. It's like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger in twins, man. It's night and day.
Didn't he score like 1 goal in 40 games for Newcastle, something crazy, and then now he's on fire. So yeah, it's undeniable what he's done.
And it's not even about goals now. It's everything else he does around it.
Who would have thought he'd be a good box-to-box player and then could go play out wide as well? Because like I say, when he joined Newcastle, he was a big brute, wasn't he? You think this guy has he got the mobility to kind of do that role? You'd never would have pegged him for that initially, but seeing him now, seeing how fit he is, it's like wow, you can just put him anywhere and he'll do a job.
Yeah, he'll run through brick walls. He's an absolute grafter. But when he came in, I couldn't understand it. We gave him number 9, put him up front, but he wasn't a striker at Hoffenheim. So I don't know where we got this idea from that's what he was supposed to do.
Sometimes players in different positions can be success or failure, which is a great segue into Trent.
Exactly, yes. A lot of smoke blown up his ass this last week.
I know.
I know none of you watched the game, but fucking hell, Channel 4 rivaled, like when Sky get on the players' back and they just like ride off into the sunset with them, usually like Harry Kane or someone like that. But
yeah,
the wank fest was just off the scale. I was fucking sick. I like Trent Alexander-Arnold. I like him.
Yeah.
But I don't anymore. Channel 4 ruined it. It was just too much. I mean, is he that good? Liam probably not going to say many positive things.
I didn't watch it, but I mean, I said the same about John Stones. He should play in midfield. He can't defend. But he's good.
Well, that's what the Wankfest is. They put him in midfield and he looks mid.
I mean, again,
give him the number 10
Malta and who else? Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be disrespectul, but come on.
North Macedonia, that was the one we played last night. Yeah, we played nobody. So, we scored, 11 goals, 12 goals in the last 2 games. Trent had a couple of worldies. But again, we haven't played anyone. So, what does it really mean?
And also, these players that we have all the resources to make our players fit as a fielder. Every player from 1 to 11 can play outfield. They can play with the ball at their feet. So, Trent, in the Premier League, it's a different story because obviously you're playing with a high caliber player. But as Liam said, against this caliber of side, you could put Trent in any position and he's not going to get shown up.
Now and do that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Thoughts on Trent, Andy?
He's a fucking cheating and balling tosser.
Do you want to tell us how you really feel?
He also likes pregnant women as well, but keep that.
No, to be fair, he's a decent player. I think he looks more better in midfield, like Liam says. He's all right going forward, but he can't defend, can he? So, he's a decent enough player, to be fair. But he's still cheating and balling.
Andy plays Liverpool. So.
I didn't. It wasn't added to the thing, but on the John Stones thing, he was class in the final against that. And I don't know if we spoke about it, but I thought, my God, there's being comfortable on the ball, which obviously Man City get a lot of the ball, but he was legitimately looking for the ball, taking it in tight spaces, getting himself out of trouble, playing on. I was like, bloody hell, this guy.
He said he was playing as an 8, wasn't he? That's what he was doing.
Yeah, he was fantastic. God, he was really good. There's good news for England potentially if Southgate ever thinks of that. We've got
Not for
him and
Trent,
Trent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really impressive. 'Cause if Calvin Phillips isn't going to be a regular in England team now, if he's not playing for Man City, John Stones might be that secondary option alongside Bellingham and Rice. You never know.
I think he'll still play Phillips even if he don't play again.
He does like him. And he likes Phillips' energy. I understand that. But
I'm sticking
Stones
by
is
what
really
we said last
great.
week as well with Phillips, that he'll have a better season this season. He'll play a lot more.
I hope so.
Second season under Pep Magic.
Yeah.
Who's this guy that Villa have signed that we've got on the list here?
Is he not the director
Monchi.
of football?
Yeah. He's the president of football operations at Villa. We've got three people. One's the president, one's the head, one's it's a lot of football operations people. But Monchi is basically going to be running the show when it comes to transfers. He'll be scouting out all the time, and he knows Emery from the time at Sevilla. So they're both going to work towards targets. I think we're going to be linked with a lot of Spaniards, to be honest.
Like Rodrigo.
But, yeah. So we'll see what we get in. But yeah, he could really. He was credited with a lot of stars that Sevilla signed back in the day when they were, winning the Europa League and stuff. So he's got a big reputation. But I just added it because it was funny that he got sort of in trouble for that blackface picture. I don't know if anyone saw it. I didn't put it in the chat. But there's a festival in Spain. I'm not sure if it's in Seville specifically, but they have a festival where some people will wear blackface for the festival and show up to it. So that image went viral on Twitter or whatever, and got spoken about. But like I say, because it's a festival in Spain, it's kind of their tradition. As messed up as it is, it does give them a bit of leeway to say, well, this is what we've always done, that kind of thing. Because some Villa fans obviously were fighting back and forth about it. Like, the guy's not even come in the door yet, and already he's being handed about this. And other people are trying to be a bit more, a bit more calmer about it and saying, well, let's use this as a teachable moment, which is kind of my opinion on it. If he just knows that in our country we don't do that, then
that shit doesn't fly.
Exactly, yeah. But he's a very good director of football, and it does show our ambition moving forward. So really like the appointment.
Exciting times.
Yeah, we wanted him under Mashiri, but we got Steve Walsh instead.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He signed Mahrez, didn't he, for Leicester?
Mahrez,
and he's been riding off that ever since. Yeah.
He was a scout at Leicester. And
yeah.
Mashiri and Koeman went, oh, why don't we just go and get that guy who was a scout and just make him director of football?
Yeah.
There's a very, very, there's a picture on Twitter. I'll try and find it. Probably easy, but he went to Milan and he had a briefcase. And the whole reason he went there was to sign Carlos Bacca.
Oh, striker.
We didn't.
That striker, yeah.
We didn't.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it. That's the end of the story.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Brilliant.
We didn't sign anyone.
Free holiday.
Briefcase wanker.
Idiot.
What was that?
You got a free holiday out of it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Not a bad job if you can get it.
Yeah,
But yes, Chelsea have signed Nkunku.
Another 50 odd million.
And, I do like him though.
But this deal's been done for a while, hasn't it? It's just
they're waiting for the summer to come in.
Yeah, but yeah, it's going to be a good signing though. At least he's like more of a forward player than a midfielder, because the million-man midfield needs sorting out pronto. Oh, they're just going to sell them all to Saudi anyway. That's what they're doing.
Kovacic, is it Kovacic going to City, isn't he?
Yeah.
Been linked, yeah.
And everyone else is going to the Saudi Pro League. It's fucking madness.
They could, because Kai Havertz could be leaving Chelsea as well. Could he also been
Arsenal bound?
Is he good enough? Have you seen Kai? I know he's a good player and he was better before he joined Chelsea, but
he doesn't feel like an Arsenal player.
No, he doesn't. He feels like a luxury
Not
player.
when they got,
and Arsenal exactly. Arsenal prefer more productive players that can do all facets of the game, not just attacking. And Havertz to me was seemed like that kind of player where he can't do anything else but go forward. And that's not how Arsenal play.
It's ridiculous money as well, isn't it? About another 80 million in it as well.
I can't see that happening. So I saw 90 on Rice. Yeah.
What else have we got? Leicester have a new manager, Enzo Maresca. Zero experience, but in he goes to try and get them back.
That's the funny one to me. I don't know what you boys think of that, because I know Dean Smith took them down, but I thought, well, he got Villa up. Dean Smith obviously had experience with Norwich before as well. So
They were already
could have
fucked by
said-
the time Smith went in.
well, exactly, yeah. So I
Yeah.
thought maybe they'll give him a chance, give him another, see how he does this season. But
I mean,
Fair
I think he was
enough.
always there to the end of the season, but you'd think with that amount of time, you'd get someone better than someone with no experience.
they must think he's a genius. They must do because he was assistant at Man
He's
City.
really good in interviews, that's it.
Yeah,
They've just done an Arteta, haven't they? He was good under Pep at Man City. Well, we'll have him as our manager. He must have learned everything there is to know.
it usually means they're full of ideas, doesn't it? They're full of ideas of how they want to play, and it's like, but can you get players on your side to play that way?
Yeah,
Because you can do it with kids, you can do it with the reserve team because they look up to you as you're the coach or whatever. And they're 17-year-olds and they want to just get in the good books. But you're going to have to deal with a lot of personalities at Leicester. And obviously, there's Leicester going to have that. Some are going to be entitled to think, yeah, we should be going back up straight away. Others are going to be new to this and don't know, the club or whatever. So yeah, see if it works. But a bit of a gamble. Plenty of managers out there.
True.
They could have gone for.
I've tonight fumbled over Trent Alexander-Arnold's name, Christopher Nkunku's. So it'll not be me taking over from Martin Tyler when he leaves Sky this season after 33 years. But put the jury in. That was good, wasn't it?
Very good.
Yeah. What do we think? Martin Tyler going? Good thing, bad thing? Don't give a shit.
Yeah, I want to hear this boy's opinion about this. I want to hear this.
There's a game, I mean, there's always that Martial goal against Liverpool where he's screaming down the microphone for some reason. But I remember they played City, they won 3-2. Coutinho scored to make it 3-2. I think City pulled it back to 2-2 or something like that. And he just screams. I was like, oh my God, just come on. Like, you think he was celebrating it? But obviously, a lot of United fans, Liverpool fans think he's a United fan, don't they? So,
Yeah.
Don't know. I just can't.
He's one of them, isn't he? He's definitely one of those. Or if not, working for Sky for 33 years has certainly turned him that biased.
Because they always hire Liverpool pundits, don't they? So it was no surprise.
Is that last TV? Yeah, been saying a few years.
But I agree with Liam that I think it came a bit too late. I think they probably, I'm sure they've given Martin Tyler a nudge and say you need to kind of get a bit more enthusiastic because there's some bangers going in and you're just saying, yeah, and there's a goal, great finish, wonderful, wonderful. And it's like, come on, like, Drury's giving us a monologue in poetry every time there's a fucking tap in.
Love him.
And
Absolutely love him.
I think we know when Drury, remember that goal for Roma?
Manolas.
I think Manolas. Just epic, wasn't it? You
Great
get goosebumps
God.
listening to
Just
it.
class.
Yeah. In the World Cup,
big
when
goal.
South Africa scored in the World Cup and you had that line going.
Shabalaba.
That kind of stuff you remember. But Martin Tyler's not had anything memorable since Aguero.
That's
Has
it.
he? So all his best moments before then.
That's the only one that comes to mind.
Martial, Aguero, and he had the Tevez and that kind of stuff back then, but nothing new.
Was Tyler the commentator when Rooney did the overhead against City?
Probably. He was on Sky.
I think he was.
No, remember the name? Which one do you mean?
No, overhead against City.
The overhead.
Sorry. Yeah, it was. He said the defies description. Yeah, I remember it. That was Tyler.
Yeah. So that and Aguero were the only ones I can recall.
Yeah. And Drury's Aguero one wasn't as good, to be fair. Tyler's obviously does trump that moment, but yeah, Drury does hype up goals way more, and it gets you going. That's what you want from a commentator, isn't it?
Can you remember?
Does his background research a bit more on like the players, the team, everything else? I mean, when we played Bournemouth last game of the season, sorry, Andy, like final whistle went, and he's just going, like it was just class. Yeah. He was like not singing an Everton song, but he was talking like an Everton song, and he was just saying as if like if you know how much this means, you'll understand it completely. It's like you're not even an Everton fan, but you're explaining it.
Exactly.
And that's what it's supposed to be to like a neutral, but
yeah.
But without crossing that line, so that he comes across like fucking Jimmy Bullard last week.
Can you remember on Sky when they used to do the fan zone, when they used to have two commentators from each side?
Iconic.
That used to be quality, that did.
Yeah.
The Everton fan that did it.
Imagine one of us doing
it. Is there a fight? I don't know if there's a scrap between two of the lads, but that was great.
That's what I seem to think,
yeah.
I could never do it. I couldn't not swear.
Well, it's because they would take it seriously, wouldn't they? They commentate seriously. Then the minute the goal goes and they turn into 10-year-olds and just start celebrating in the other person's face. And it's like, how? They've got some patience, man. I'd be livid.
I'd have lifted them
Rubbing it in like that. That's outrageous.
So, do you think that they watched it at the stadium?
Hey, Kevin.
Or in a studio.
They were in a little booth somewhere.
Yeah.
They had to go down to London every time to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Got a limo
to the money.
down to London every single time.
Bloody hell.
Fuck that.
So
Yeah.
obviously, Merseyside derby can go and watch it. Or no, we'll go down to London.
Yeah, I get that.
Kevin there just mentioned in the Maddison thing, it is becoming silly, and I'm like writing about it every day because one day it's Tottenham's favourites, and then it's Newcastle's favourites, and it's
Tottenham
just every fucking day. And yeah,
you can
it's
rely on
Newcastle.
Tottenham to watch it. Yeah, it's always Newcastle.
It's not even that. Like, they're not going to pay the wages. They're not going to pay the transfer fee. I mean, putting that speculative 50 million bid in for him and Barnes just shows how
They're not serious, are they?
No, they're just doing it to be dickheads. But
Yeah.
because it's a London club, media's like, well, of course he's going to go to Tottenham because London. Nah. Get the
But even aren't Newcastle getting annoyed with the Maddison saga as well? Because they're saying, Leicester, just give him up. We'll pay a good chunk of money, but stop pissing around.
Yeah, look, you're not getting 60 million. He's got a year left on his contract, and you're in the fucking championship. We'll give you 40.
Yeah.
And then obviously, middle is 50, and everybody's happy.
Exactly.
But yeah, but that I don't know. It's not even the fucking worst thing that's happened in football this week. That is.
Kit Kat Junkie.
It's bad, isn't it?
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'll put that TikTok out on our new TikTok. By the way, we are on TikTok, TTIAO pod. People defending this, saying it's a bloody good shirt.
They're saying it's vintage, aren't they? It's also vintage shirts. It's garbage.
Vintage, like I said, it looks like a 1986 quick save carrier bag. It's fucking
Or Safeway. If the red and white bit was just white, it would look way better. I hate that. I hate the stripe. If that was just white, I'd say, yeah, that's a Southampton kit. But
I don't like
arrows
two
are bad
red
as well.
stripes in the sleeve, like, and on the red side, like.
Yeah, just make it a bold red.
Make it solid.
Yeah.
And oh Jesus, blink twice if you need help.
Look at him.
What, bros? He's fucking devastated. I'm still fucking here. Nobody's even bid for his yet.
They've priced him out of the market.
No, I'm not
haven't
putting
they?
your fucking shorts on. I'll do it in my chinos.
He didn't even bother to get the full kit on. He just sat there like it looks like his mum has just done his hair for a school photo and all, doesn't it? You sit down.
Oh, yeah. Sit on the blanket, son.
I feel for him in a way because if he doesn't get this move this summer, that's it for him, isn't it? How good does he have to be in the championship to get a top 6, top 8 club to buy him? Then I don't know. It's going to cost too much money otherwise. No club outside that top half are going to want to pay 40 plus for award price, are they? So it's,
he's coming up 29.
Yeah,
he's good. Don't get us wrong, but he's not 40 million.
No,
40 million good. Yeah, Denmark did have that shirt design back in the day, and I'm not sure if they've resurrected it again. But it's Hummel, isn't it? It's the same kit manufacturer that does Denmark's kits. So.
I've not seen a better kit so far than that Italy one.
agreed.
I don't know the Real Madrid one.
Real Madrid.
The Real Madrid one's up there, but that Italy one's
it's exactly the same kit, so of course it is.
Yeah. Have you seen Tottenham's? They did a comparison with Tottenham's over the last 3 years, and it's like
It's literally just the piping off the sleeve's been took away, hasn't it? That's all the difference.
That's all they've done, change the pattern on the sleeve.
Nice.
So in other words,
like maybe the pattern within the shirt itself.
Save your money and just roll the sleeve up a little bit.
Would you reckon those are just the box kits from last year? And they go, oh, we can sell these on. We'll sell these in and claim that's a new kit. That's what Danny Levy would do, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Right then, Crippy, me and you are fighting now.
Let's have a little scrap. Yeah.
No,
I don't necessarily agree with this, to be honest, but I wanted to put it in so we can sort of fight our case to see if there's some middle ground,
So talk sport presenter Alex Crook said Aston Villa will finish above Newcastle. Citing Emery is a better manager and Villa will spend bigger. Is he right or is he smoking crack? There's a lot of crack being smoked tonight.
A lot of crack. Yeah.
Now we're running shit.
We don't condone drugs.
We do not at all. Yeah, so Crippy, thoughts? You saying you don't agree with him?
I'd agree that Emery is a better manager than Howe, but Howe's not really put a foot wrong since he's taken charge, and he deserves respect for that. I also do agree that Villa probably would spend more than Newcastle this summer. We've always been a club that we love to throw money at players. We absolutely love it. We love long deals for players that had one good season 3 years ago, and then we go, oh, we can resurrect that, and then we get stuck with somebody like Leon Bailey, prime example. He was good a couple of years ago. We signed him when he's already starting to be inconsistent. Yeah, it's what we do. Even when we're even when we're doing well, we still can't resist buying players like that. So I definitely agree we'll spend more than Newcastle. I just don't know if we'll finish above because we've also got Europe to worry about as well as Newcastle have. So I'm not sure about that.
I like that. TalkSport is a spiteful station.
What it means is it's shite. That's what it means. Top shite.
It's bobbins, mate. Bobbins.
Sometimes they have good things that they come up with something that you go, okay, let's have a debate about that. A lot of times, like I say, Gabby, I think Troy Jr. said before, they just tell you to wind people up. They thrive on engagement. 100%. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's all its fault.
Now got rid of Woodsy as well. Woodsey's left, hasn't she?
Yeah,
she's gone now.
Not even to look at when you watch him on YouTube anymore.
Yeah, that's it.
Look at Alan Brazil's face.
I can't stand that fucking Cundy when he keeps doing that fucking thing all the time. You just think, oh, fuck off.
Never has a name been so close to perfection than Jason Cundy.
Yeah.
One fucking letter off.
Proper plum. So what do you think then, Ash?
I think Villa have got a good shout of finishing above Newcastle next season. Okay. I mean, I know you also have European football. I just don't think the pressure's on you as much as it is on us.
No, I agree. You'll take it more seriously than us, obviously. You have to put out your best team, while we probably will have a hybrid of youngsters in that squad, I think, for the Conference League.
In terms of spending, yeah, like you said, Villa are good at throwing money at things. We tend to bide our time a little bit and then miss out. But
yeah,
on the manager thing, Emery, edges it over Howe just for now. But I think Howe's hot on his heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point he's made.
That's what I think. I think it's kind of
a good debate there. But I think my thing just comes from the fact I just don't see Newcastle having as good a season next year as we've had this season, unless we recruit very, very well this summer.
Yeah.
I mean, so far, now it's happening. I know it's very early days, but yeah, now it's happening.
But we're going to struggle when we get injuries in our squad. We're going to struggle because we haven't got a big squad either. So if we lose Watkins, we're screwed because we've only got Duran and he's not going to score 5 goals next season, let alone 20. So things need to go our way for us to have another good season, and we've got to worry about Tottenham and Chelsea again because we all agree that they're probably going to be better next season. So yeah,
not so much Tottenham, Liverpool definitely.
Yeah,
honestly, I just don't see Tottenham getting the foothold back into what they used to be for at least a couple of years.
I know the squad's not ready.
The squad's not ready. The greatest of respect to Postecoglou. It's a massive step up from Celtic. I don't know how quickly he's going to take to it, or if he'll be given the time to take to it, because Daniel Levy's just fucking off his tits. So, yeah, that's my other thing about the Maddison thing. Why the fuck would Maddison want to go to Tottenham over Newcastle?
Exactly.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, the only thing, like I said last week, would be because it's London and his missus says, I want to live in London.
But then sign a 2 or 3 year deal at Newcastle then. If you think, well, Newcastle is a better club right now, but I might still want to make that change, then sign a shorter deal. Newcastle would agree to a 3-year deal, I'm sure.
The amount of money they get, he can just go to London when he wants.
Yeah.
It's only down the road, essentially. It's like a couple of hours away. It's not like we live in America where every fucking next state's like a 3-day hike. It's the most facile argument that in football, the north-south thing. It's only an issue when the player is London-born bred or like just buried in there from years. Otherwise, it's not a thing.
Tottenham wouldn't have a chance, would they? Otherwise,
You think though any prospective player going to a club, you'd think Newcastle are sort of on the way up now, aren't they, with the money and whatever, and you think Tottenham are either just going to stay where they are or go worse. You think,
yeah,
exactly.
Why would you go
They're
there?
not in a good place. Yeah, there's no evidence that they're going to have a better season, a considerably better season to make it worth not joining Newcastle when they're in the Champions League.
Interesting. Can anyone explain to me what these release clauses are all about? The Szoboszlai link is confusing. I think Szoboszlai, it came out today that his release clause ends at the end of this month, but activates again in January. So if Newcastle don't stump up 61 million quid for him this month, but do in July, they won't actually be able to sign him until January for that amount. It's fucking weird. Right. Same as Kim Min-jae, he's got a release clause that's active 2 weeks in July. So obviously, club who wants him pays that release clause and they're free to talk to him without having to engage with the club. But the one that got me the other day was this Turkish wonder kid, Arda Güler, who Newcastle are after. He's got a €17.5 million release clause. And there was a report the other day saying Newcastle had bid £17 million for him, which is obviously about a good €1.5 million more.
Yeah.
And €17.5 million. So why would we pay more for somebody who has a release clause? Does that ever happen? Or is this just
and apparently you can just ignore them.
Yeah, the whole point is you bypass the club and talk to the player.
Yeah. But remember the Suarez thing? He just ignored it. Yeah. He thought,
I never understood that. I thought the release clause is there 40 million, so they offered 40 million and £1 for some reason. I don't know why. But then just rejected it anyway. He was like, well, what's the fucking point in that?
Yeah.
Just made no sense.
Absolutely bizarre things footballers contracts.
You were saying before about Spurs double bidding for Maddison and Barnes, was it?
Yeah.
When Moyes went to United, he put a double bid in for Fellaini and Baines for 30 million.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Fellaini had a buyout clause for 27.5 mil. So he valued
Baines 2.5 million.
Exactly.
Best left backs, yeah.
How the fuck?
And then ended up spending 27.5 million on Fellaini because his release clause was expiring on that day.
Yeah. That was definitely because I remember they were after Tony Cruz that summer, and then it ended up with Fellaini instead. Okay, Fellaini's a good player, but the position they wanted, Fellaini wasn't that guy. Fellaini ended up having to play just off the striker because obviously he could bring the ball down. But they wanted a midfield general, didn't they? Because I think they had Schweinsteiger in the end or whatever. But that was a mess that summer for United. My God.
Good God, man. One for you, Liam.
I don't, but I can buy it. Why?
I think it's quite a nice kit.
I mean, they're all on sale now, isn't it? End of season sale, so.
Yeah.
I'm not a kit personally.
The day we got relegated, I got an email saying if I wanted to buy the third kit for a tenner.
Are you sure they weren't offering the third kit and a tenner?
Yeah,
I already had it anyway, so I just deleted the email. But the fucking timing of it, we've been relegated 20 minutes. Do you want to buy a kit? Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Right, it was like literally at full time.
Yeah,
it was about 20 minutes after. It was like, does it come with a free noose?
It's all right. I mean, we seem to win it every single time we played. So,
that's a bonus.
Yeah,
Plus,
it's better than that. It's better than our awful fucking block of mouldy cheese what we wore last season, what we never won a game in.
Block of mouldy cheese one. I'm gonna have to look that one up. We got pelters for our banana kit when we were in the championship. I fucking loved it. The crystal cream.
To be fair, I prefer the away kits because there's not a lot you can do with our own kit. It's just white with a blue and yellow trim, so it's like Tottenham's. There's not a lot you can do with it.
And England, it's boring. I agree with that.
Like Newcastle's as well, to a point. I mean, black and white stripes. All you can really do is change the thickness of the stripes, maybe change the sleeves. But yeah, I like away kits because you get to be inventive with them. Third kits are even more wild usually.
I remember, was it? I can't remember. It was Chelsea had was it a red away kit or something? I can't remember which team it was, but for one season, I swear one of the big clubs had like a red away kit. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah, Stilton.
That's
Nice.
yeah.
That's pure Stilton.
What an horrific kit that is.
Or
Yeah.
or a kitchen top, isn't it? That's a kitchen marble top. I've seen that on there before.
Yeah, it's
We are
fucking
doing
horrible,
kids
isn't
next
it?
week.
Who does that?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Looks
like
like
Tie-dye, that, isn't it?
looks like your pen's been linked to your school shirt.
Or one of those blotch tests that a therapist do.
Crazy.
Yeah, should we review the kits next Premier League's home kits next week?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the hits and misses.
we'll need ours to get released, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
we never do anything on time, so don't really matter.
You've been waiting about 2 years for ours. We haven't got a manager yet, let alone a kit.
I mean, I don't want to add salt to the wound, but he said Premier League.
I did say Premier League.
Yeah. True.
No, like Newcastle for the under Mike Ashley. We were lucky if we knew what kit we were playing in the week before the fucking season kicked off. There was just no organisation at all. I like the yellow banana one for Newcastle. Good thing,
Yeah.
Well, I remember growing up, we'd always play in our new home shirt at the last game of the season at home.
I remember those days as
Always.
well. Yeah.
Because I'd always get it for my birthday. And my dad would always buy me the full kit for my birthday when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then
I
when it
remember
came
those
out in
days.
like July and August, I get the other two.
I always remember as well when kits lasted 2 years.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah,
And there wasn't £100 a shirt.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a cost of living crisis, and now we get annual shirts that cost £100. Fuck off. Right, we've got nothing else on the docket, but I do want to ask Liam about this Everton news. We missed it last week, as you were aware. So, yes, big changes in the board. You were expecting by now to have been told that Bill Kenwright had fucked up.
Supposed to be,
Some
yeah.
kind of communication blackout in Everton.
I mean, so that is now up there with Mashiri's meeting with the fan advisory board saying, you need a striker, we will buy a striker in January. And then we sold Anthony Gordon and didn't sell anyone.
And didn't buy it.
Add on to that, obviously we lost for Charlton, we'll replace him, don't worry. No, we'll just hang everything on Calvert-Lewin, who got injured on the eve of the Premier League season. But no. And what else is there? Yeah. The only thing he actually has ever done is didn't appoint Vitor Pereira as manager. I mean, we got Lampard, but he kept us up, didn't he? So did his job.
Well,
It's just
yeah.
a joke. Like I've just no words.
Sorry, I was
I
just
think
checking
he
on the
is
Brazil
leaving.
score.
I think
Is
he is eventually going, isn't he? But he's just taking a sweet ass time for it to be.
We have to
online.
have one person on the board as a director, apparently, or something like that. We have to have one.
Yeah.
Best mates.
Even Anthony Gordon's mum don't like Anthony Gordon.
Fair one.
I mean, yeah. I've not even looked at his Instagram in a while. I'll probably have a laugh afterwards. But no, the club's it's just a mess. It's just such a joke. Like, we're waiting for this new people's coming, but they're taking a while, so I've no idea.
Just totally up in the air, which is not what you want after the season that you just had.
But it's
You
just
want some
same
answers
again.
Yeah.
It is, though,
Do you have faith?
You literally wake up and you'll get your phone out and you'll flick Twitter on and you just be waiting for the next drama. It's just what's happening next. It's like Hollyoaks every day, innit? Just scrolling. Oh, here we go again.
It's just so bad though. I don't understand how Premier League club can be run so bad. Like it just
I can't
no
just read like
words.
Ashley
I
before.
agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, to be fair.
Are you not confident about next season? Then are you kind of worried that the club aren't close to being on sure footing yet?
We're not signing anyone. We've not sold anyone yet. But if the rumours going around again is that we saw for Charlton to pass financial fair play, obviously this whole Leeds, Southampton and Burnley and whoever else complaining, that's happening in October. Nothing's been mentioned about City, by the way, who broke the rules first. We'll focus on Everton first.
That'll take a couple of years, yeah.
Why? Because
they've got so many crimes they're guilty of. They're going to long it out. Yeah.
There's nothing to look for ours because the Premier League signed off on all our accounts. That's what I don't understand.
You were transparent, weren't you? Everton were very transparent about it.
Anything we did,
The fact they were transparent, they were overseen.
Yeah. Can we sign him? Yes, no? Right, brilliant, we'll go for him. No? Right, okay, we can't. So we sold Gordon for a direct profit of 45, or what was it? 40 million? 45
It was 45, wasn't it? 45,
to 45, I think. Yeah.
We're looking to sell Ellis Sims for like 5 million or something. He'd be like direct profit. If we're selling Onana, we have to sell him for like plus 40 because he's got a 20% sell-on clause. So it's again buy to sell to buy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is that a risk then?
Shut the fuck up, Kevin.
Not the Kenner fan. Are you worried about losing Onana for that reason? If the Premier League are trying to put pressure on Everton's finances, is that a possibility?
If he wants to go, he can go. I mean, he will be world class for someone.
Yeah,
but I just don't think anyone's going to take that risk and spend 40 million on him now.
Right.
Because I think that's the minimum they'll accept.
It happened to us the season before we went down from the Premier League in 2003, whatever it was. It was run so badly, and then they had to literally sell everybody. You look at that team we had then, it just got ripped apart in the space of about 2 weeks. It was just crazy.
Well, the thing is, we've got Dele Alli coming back on loan, from loan rather, and the way Dyche's going on about he's going to give him a chance, it's like, well, we're going to have to spend.
They always say this.
If we give him 10 more games.
They always say this. He'll play in pre-season. He'll play a few friendlies, but it won't work out.
Andre Gomez coming back from loan, who we're trying to get rid of. Exactly. Gary Mina went out of contract in the summer. Bramthwaite is coming back, so he'll be first choice probably. But they just want to sell anyone. Michael Keane, Holgate, both on the list. We need another right back because Coleman's obviously can't.
Yeah.
Do it. We've got one left back at the club. We need another one of them. Can't bank on Calvert-Lewin, so we need another.
It sounds like us. We've got all the players. We've only got like one in each position. We've only got one left back in Firpo, and he's absolute dog shite.
We've been linked with the Palace striker at Palace. It was Andy. We've been linked with the Coventry striker, the Swedish fella, but we've been linked with him for the past 12 months.
Newcastle got linked with him the other day. He's pretty damn good, like.
Who is it? Right. The Joe Keres, that one? Yeah, we've been linked with him for about 2 years and all, nothing ever materialised.
I mean, I think he wants to go now because that was their chance, wasn't it? They're not going to come back.
Yeah.
Not even going to come close again now.
No, it's unlikely.
But he's out of contract next year, so if I'm Coventry, I'm like, right, well, they either pay what they want or you stay in. So it's one of them.
Apparently, we explored it in January, and they wanted 16 million for him, and we turned it down. And a week later, bought Rutter for 35. Didn't even play him.
Same for us, but I mean, we sold Gordon and just didn't sign anyone. So
it's fucking mad. Right before
I still don't understand how we stayed on 2 fail.
Just purely on the basis that there were worse teams. Sorry, Andy.
Yeah.
Are Leeds going to go straight back up after you sign a couple of quarterbacks and the running back?
I'd like to think we would, but I don't think we will. Like I said in the group chat the other day, I think if we can get back up within 3 years, that's not too bad considering it took us 16 last time.
Would you prefer to have a couple of seasons in the Championship so you can sort of rebuild and attack the Premier League properly?
No.
You'd rather go straight back up and take a...
The Championship is just absolutely fucking awful, isn't it?
It's hard. It's so hard.
Saturday, Tuesday all season, just being everyone's cup final. It's just fucking awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to go straight back up. Obviously, everyone would, but I don't think we will. I think it'll take us 2 or 3 seasons.
Did the Villa?
That's really not going to happen.
Oh God, I hope not, Kev. I hope not. Can't be doing the League One again. Fucking hell.
No, I can't see that. You just got new owners. So that stuff happens when the money's a mess and you can't sign players again. So you're selling your best players without ever replacing them. That's not what Leeds are going to do. Is it? Leeds have got the resources where they can sign targets they actually want. So
I think we're definitely in a better place now than when we went down last time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fine if you've got a decent youth setup as well, haven't you? Which you didn't have.
Good kids there.
Yeah. We've got a lot of good kids coming through. I just hope they get a chance next season. I really do.
Yeah. Right, I think that's everything. Unless anyone has any burning issues they want to mention.
No, just burn them to death. That's all. Just boil them.
It is warm.
It is far too warm. Yeah, I think next week we'll do kit reviews of any confirmed Premier League kits. just make it a feature until the season starts, I think.
Yeah, wing it.
How many managers does Leeds go through when they were in Championship and League One? Probably not as
About
many as
50.
they went through last season.
About 55.
Fucking crazy, isn't it? Anyway, no more sidetracks. We're going. We've got lives, things to do, people to see. But thank you very much for watching. Thanks again, Kev, for getting involved in the comments. Please do like, subscribe, share. Follow us on TikTok. Keep an eye on the website because sometimes we do post articles. It's nowhere near as regular as I expected it to be because TikTok caught my attention and now we focus is all on that.
It's good fun.
Good old ADHD. But yeah, we'll be back next week, 8 o'clock on YouTube. Thanks very much. We think it's all over. It is.